Hi, Charkie.
Hey, Cass.
Hello to all the viewers at home. Welcome back to the Bad Game Hall of Fame. Welcome to Bakagē Night, the best of Bakagē. Self-explanatory title. Everyone knows what the second word in that sentence, in that title means, right? So we'll just jump right into it. No explanation necessary. Okay, I should probably give a little bit of a explanation here. Bakagē translates roughly to stupid game. In the same way that Kusogē is crap games, shit games, Bakagē is a separate but sort of similar concept, which are games that are appreciated, respected, usually emanating from Japan, because of their stupid humor. So a lot of the games we're going to play tonight, I'm going to take you through a sort of brief history of it, obviously not an exhaustive history. We only have 3 hours, and I only have so many games. But we're going to hit up some highlights, some games that were important, influential. Some of these are downright good. In fact, one of them, I think, is maybe one of the most important video games ever released.
And we're starting off with that one. It's Eat Lead, The Return of Mad Hazard.
Now, to be clear, I think there is a delineation between American dumb games, games that trade in stupid, juvenile, sophomoric humor that emanate from America, and ones that emanate from Japan. Because we do have, culturally different senses of humor. Obviously, there's a lot of overlap. Obviously, you can appreciate either or being from either country, but there are, different beats that they hit.
A butt is funny no matter where you're from.
Exactly. And in Japan, one of the funniest things in the world is just bodybuilders. To them, that is, peak comedy. You cannot look funnier than if you are just fucking chiseled and ripped. And so we'll see that theme recur throughout tonight, just for this one example. And I'm just going to give my little speech about how, when it comes to using terms like Kusogē and Bakagē, these things that are eminently, inherently Japanese, I do tend to use those exclusively when referring to Japanese games. So there aren't any American releases in this, in the same way that, if I did a Kusogē stream, I would focus on Japanese releases for that, games that are considered in their native country, where the term originates from and where the games originate from. And I'm sure people in Japan use, and I've seen it, they use Kusogē and Bakagē to refer to games that come out from here, from other countries outside Japan. But I think that if we're going to toss around these terms over here, we should probably match it too. That's just a personal philosophy sort of thing. But that's, again, more or less just a tangent. We have these games here. They're pretty stupid, but again, some of them are pretty good. And stupid isn't always bad. It's a style of comedy.
Just like us.
Yes. So I think we blend in perfectly well. The first game we're going to look at here is a 1985 release published by Sega. This is an arcade game. The name of it is I'm Sorry. And this game has you playing as a real-life Japanese politician, Prime Minister of Japan even, by the name of Kakuei Tanaka, who was embroiled in multiple scandals, financial scandals, within Japan during his time as Prime Minister. I think he was even involved with Lockheed Martin at a certain point. So he became sort of this figure for poking fun at, for comedy. And they went so far as to produce an entire game around him. Sega did. So we're going to get that loaded up here. I'll get it out to you in just a second, Sharky. And I'm going to see...
The precursor to all the Newgrounds Flash games about George W. Bush.
Really, honestly, a lot of these games that we're going to play tonight really did sort of innovate some ideas that you wouldn't expect them to be the source. One player start only. So there we are on the top. That is us. We are Kakuei Tanaka.
You're running down the streets yelling 0!
100!
100! 100! 300!
Oh, I have a fist. So I can do that if need be.
But that's not your score, right? Because I see your score up in the upper left.
This might be we're building a combo that I can cash this in at a certain point, if I'm clever enough.
Uh-oh.
I managed it.
Yeah, good moves.
I've played this once or twice.
Soul Stuff asks if or states that this is mappy for tax evasion.
Whoops! I didn't turn around in time. I think that forfeits the entire streak I was building up there. So we're gonna have to try that again.
Yeah.
Barrels can
You know,
sneak
I would
up on
actually,
you.
in that case, I would call this flicky for tax evasion.
Ooh, you might be right. But yeah, so a game like this, which obviously satirizes a real-life political figure, that's an interesting thing to see, especially this early. Right, I mean, you joked about, like, Newgrounds and this being the domain of, like, Flash games from a certain moment in time. But no, this got a full arcade release. It was even, for whatever reason, those damn barrels, was even localized in released in America in very small capacity, according to Rumor Mill.
This is a present from me
Our
to
arcade,
you.
right? This wasn't like a Master System
Yeah,
release?
this was strictly the domain of the arcade. Thank you for putting those gift subs out there, by the way. I just realized
Happy
we have
Hanukkah.
wraparounds.
It is the third night of Hanukkah.
This time, I swear, I'm gonna cash this in. We're gonna see what another level in this game looks like. I'm getting too greedy, and that is like the name of the game. The idea is that, you know, the longer you're trying to keep this stack going for, the more chance there is to mess up and to be punished for it.
I'm curious about this localization you were saying. Did they change anything?
No, the impression that I
Or
get
is
is that
just-
it was like sort of like a cabinet test, and they just wanted to see if anyone would respond to this kind of game, I guess, regardless of, you know, whether they have the cultural context for it or not.
Or because of the cultural context?
Yeah! Let's see what another stage in this game looks like. We're not going to stick super long with any of the games tonight, because we have a grip of them to get to. I notice I have a fan now, though.
You do. Now, after this, though, Sega did move on to more subtle political satire of the Sonic the Hedgehog series.
Yeah, sure. Shit. I can't swim, I guess. Maybe all those gold bars were weighing him down. Anyway, this game goes on. There's obviously more than one stage. I'm just not good. C. Henderson, R. Howard. I'm sure these names are jokes too, like Tony Bill and Mike Hogan. You know, what do I know?
Ron Howard?
Is gonna go back to a title screen. Oh, we can see here.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Michael
MJ.
Jackson,
Yeah.
a bodybuilder, a track and field guy.
I told you the bodybuilders were gonna like come into play like straight away, basically. But yeah, so this is just a game where like a lot of the humor we're gonna see is non sequitur, as we would call it, where there's the only real joke, so to speak, or the only real crafting of the joke is just, isn't this a strange thing to put? Doesn't this sort of contrast with, or stand out compared to everything else happening here? I bet you didn't see this coming. And you know, that can work. A well-placed one can work. I'm not opposed to that style of comedy.
I mean, I was also going to name some examples I could think of, but there's a good chance we're going to see some tonight, so I will abstain and see if we come around to those.
Very possible,
Oh,
eh?
You know what? Let me ask, if we were to say a Western game that would be a Bakagē, I Want to Be the Guy? You consider that?
No, because it thinks it's clever.
Okay.
Yeah, these games are just indulging in stupidity in a way that I want to be the guy. Like, and that's Basocore. That's its own movement where it's like deliberately.
Okay, sure.
I want to get to this title screen at the very least because I do like this title screen.
I'm not sure if I agree if it takes itself seriously, but I would agree if you want to delineate between Bakagē and Massacre, then yeah, it's a Massacre game.
This next game we're gonna play is a big one, and this is what I alluded to earlier when I say that this is legitimately one of the most important video games to exist. It has never gotten its due. We're not going to give it its due tonight. We're only going to play for a little bit tonight. This is a game that we'll have to come back to. This is Takeshi no Chōsenjō, also known as Takeshi's Challenge. And I would contend that not a single human being on the face of the earth has properly covered this game in its historical context, in its giving it like the actual due that it is very much due. This is a 1986 release by Taito Corporation. This is a tie-in with the famous actor and comedian Beat Takeshi. There's a lot of rumor mill around this game about how it came to be. The stories of him being drunk in a bar and explaining his ideas for the game to some developer who had to scrawl it up on a napkin or whatever. How much of that is true? Probably very little. What is true is that this is one of the earliest open-world games to really explore what it is to reside in a world and to inhabit it and to not necessarily have to pursue a goal outside of just existing and having fun with just engaging with like mundane activities, gamifying that aspect of it. I cannot put over enough how misunderstood this game is, and I'm sorry we're not giving its full due tonight, but I promise in time. So we're gonna load it up. I'm loading up an English translation of it.
By the way, Beat Takeshi, you may know from Takeshi's Castle. If you don't know Takeshi's Castle, you may know that from Most Extreme Elimination Challenge.
Yes. And he's also been in some movies that are quite good. Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence is an example of is him having genuine acting chops. Sonatine.
If I understand, he is more concerned with being like a serious actor, but like there's a lot of goofy stuff he's been a part of.
You just haven't been performing lately. That's why you only get a tiny bonus. Christ, man, get your act together. So we play as Salaryman. I think there's actually a character who does give them a name or mentions them by name. I think it's like Yoshikawa at a certain point, but it's unimportant. We are inhabiting the Japanese Salaryman. I think this audio is a little loud because chiptune stuff generally tends to be a little louder than other stuff. So let me drop it by a few decibels.
Soul Stuff says that also there's a new Takeshi Castle in Amazon Prime. Yeah, we've actually been a while back. We were watching that off and on in the Discord.
Take this, boss. Yeah, live inside that desk now.
I like his walk cycle, but what I like about his walk cycle is his face cycle.
Yeah. He's blinking. You would blink.
Well, also, he's going from a smile to like a neutral mouth, too.
Hey, want to
so
see
his mouth is blinking.
Want to see something that absolutely no one mentions you can do in this game, even though it's a vital mechanic?
Go for it.
You can talk to random people on the street using the Famicom microphone, or the A button on the second controller if you don't want to use it. Don't shout like that, man. Most people have nothing to say, but there's a few who will give you the clues to actually beat the game. People always talk about how this game is completely cryptic. You can even change the tone of voice. You can talk threateningly, or you can talk normally. I'm going to talk threateningly, just to put the fear of God in some people. Hello.
Okay, so
fucking stop that!
Colorful translation we've got going here.
Want to watch
so
a movie?
Why wasn't this localized back in the day?
Because it's so incredibly and specifically Japanese in a lot of the cultural stuff that it does. There's an Android version of this that came out at some point that added a new area to it that you can travel to by plane. You can travel to the United States and climb up a 100-story building and meet Donald Trump. This was in 2016 before he was president, and you can become him and play the game as him on Android.
I'm going to take a guess that you have to actually climb all 100
Yes, of
steps.
course, one by one.
Yeah.
That's another thing you're going to find in these games, is that they will make you waste your time in a Bakagē. They will make you find the entertainment and amusement in wasting your time. This game is rife with that sort of stuff. We can pick courses. We can become experts on whatever you want to become experts on. Now, what people will tell you is you got to go to the language. You gotta specifically learn this language because this is the language that you go onto the island where the gold is that you're secretly hunting for in the game. This is the critical path. These are things you do to win the game. This game is not about winning the game. This game is about doing what you please, and if you so happen to decide that the way you want to get value out of this game is to beat it, then that's a thing you can do. I always wanted to learn English, so let's go ahead and learn some English. Costs 50,000 yen. Yeah. Thank you very much. Anything else we want to enrich ourselves with? Anything else? We gotta exit the building and come back into it.
I mean,
The world's our oyster. We can learn whatever we want.
I'm thinking dancing.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what kind of dances. Social, breakdance, bamboo dance, jazz, bonodori.
I mean, I was between breakdance and jazz, but yeah, let's go with breakdance then.
30,000 yen? Yeah, that sounds good to me.
So I have a question. You can talk to people, you said, with the A button on controller 2.
Or the microphone. You can yell into your Famicom microphone is the way you're supposed to do it.
So that's what I was going to get at. Can you... the way you're playing this, is there a way to use a microphone, or is it just going to be pressing the A button?
It's just going to be pressing the A button. There's karaoke in this game you can do.
That's what I was going to ask about, because I didn't know how that would work. Do you just press the A button?
Yeah, because the Famicom microphone couldn't really detect, like, waveforms. It could detect you are speaking or you are not speaking. There is noise coming through or there is not noise coming through. Pachinko. I don't really have any. I need to get some balls first. But obviously the treasure map there is an option. I think this one's a fake. The treasure map you have to get if you want to complete the game, for whatever the fuck that's worth, comes to you from an old man at the bar, that if you get drunk at the bar, he eventually accosts you. I think you can buy one of these instruments and it comes in handy. Like if I learned to play the shamisen, and then I played it on this island. Again, the point of this game, and what everyone has missed, is that this game, sir, you don't have enough balls, is, again, not about winning. It's about enjoying the experience. Creep.
So it's a walking simulator.
Yeah, I mean, in a sense.
I'm being glib,
yeah.
But that's not...
Now we can, in real
How are you
time...
at Pachinko?
Well, let's see. This is about how good I am at Pachinko.
Is this rigged within the context of this game?
I think it's possible to win, but ultimately, I think, again, the critical path is you're supposed to lose, or something like that. I don't remember the specific critical path, because I just have fun messing around in this game. And we're gonna go through all these balls. We're halfway there, at least.
I think I've seen a pachinko machine in real life once. I was at, like, PAX East, I think. And I didn't bother trying it because there's, like, a long line.
There's a lot of, like, at the arcades, you know, they have games that are like Pachinko, the coin machine games, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are those if not legalized gambling in the same way that Pachinko is? Whatever, let's just burn through the rest of these, Pachinko balls. I think there's a question in the chat. There's been a few messages. Johnny Baggett saying they should make a Like a Dragon Engine remake of this. Goddamn right they should. People going through some of the steps in the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's it for today.
Talking about this was on Game Center CX. I forget if Areno was able to beat it. I'm gonna go ahead and say I doubt it.
I think it was one of the early episodes. I think he did, in fact,
really
beat it.
Okay.
Because they had a guidebook, which the guidebook for this game infamously had wrong information in it when it first released. Gotta beat up these delinquents before they beat me up. Where's a bar? I want to get wasted. I want to get drunk. And obviously one of the most infamous things about this game is that the ending to it, after all the work you figure out, that you go through to figure out the ideal route through it, is that you just get a picture of Beat Takeshi's face, and if you wait in real time, at a certain point, he's just like, don't you have anything better to do? Which I feel like is Bakagē in a nutshell. I feel like that is, like, the Bakagē experience, come home. It's just like, yeah, you're wasting your time playing these games, but you had fun, right? I'm trying to find the bar, because I want to sing some karaoke. Damn it. But yeah, one of these days, I will give this a proper look. I need to figure out how to actually get out of this screen. This game has things that are bad about it, like not being able to easily navigate around town. I'm just gonna take
whatever
the
this
death
is.
here.
Oh, okay. How do I even just ask? So is Desert Bus a Western analog to Bakagē, or I guess
Penn and Teller's
broader,
Smoke and Mirrors.
perhaps Penn and Teller's Smoke and Mirrors?
It's more of a parody game. It's more like a send-up of games as a concept. I think there's a delineation between parody and Bakagē. In that parody games will it's so hard to articulate because it is like, nuances of comedy, right?
And culture.
Yes.
Speaking of culture, Culture Club.
Yeah, that's where
Go
we
see
took the
Boy George.
lessons. I'm trying to remember. There's a way to... Is this the district where the bar is? I could also go home and divorce my wife if I wanted to. Also...
Yeah, I mean, that's just real life.
It's just like giving you these options, which seem like so strange to give you like so many options in a game like this, when so many of them don't like mechanically amount to anything. Here's our home. There's our kid.
You have any option but divorce your wife when talking to your wife.
Yeah, you absolutely do. You could try to reconcile. I was gonna beat my kid there. That's not that. You can do that. There's a thing you can do in this game. It's just an option they give you. And he hit me, so
Yeah.
And they can kill you in this game.
No court will ever find you guilty.
Is it through this door?
What was I gonna ask? Oh, so have you written an article on this game?
Not yet. Oh, here's my home. Well, it's late, so go to bed. Work hard. Bye bye.
Well, I mean, okay, she's asking for the divorce now.
Yeah, no, this is... I can't deal with these circumstances here. I'm heading out. I don't want to spend too much time on this until I actually play this properly. Whether I do that as a stream or do it as an article, it's going to be an article at some point. I mean, it's one of the legendary bad games, and it's really not that bad a game. It's just people have willfully misinterpreted the intention of this game for decades at this point. But I contend you would not have a Yakuza without this laying, like, some of the groundwork, without this conceptualizing at least some of, like, the hooks. We're beating up Yakuza thugs in the streets. Did I miss the bar here initially? There's the pachinko parlor.
Unless I just don't know what it's called. Is it... No, not Travel. Is it Yaochou? Yaochou?
Maybe I just didn't find the door the first time. Because you go into things by just holding up at a certain point. Yeah, this is the candy store.
Unless the place is called Drink 'em Up Bars, I don't know.
In any case, yeah, there's a lot to this game, way more than we can cover here, but I recommend, if you try to play this game, not reading the guide that tells you the critical path. Just live in it. Enjoy it on its own weird terms. And, yeah, we'll return to this at some point. But obviously, an important game, important Bakagē. It's an example of a Bakagē game that aspired to do a little more than the typical, perhaps. But that's all we have time for tonight. We have more games to get to, and this next one is another one that is a classic that people may recognize when it shows up on stream. This is Trio the Punch, Never Forget Me!
Oh!
I've
seen this.
This is a 1989 Data East release. This is a beat-em-up. This is a beat-em-up Bakagē. This is one of the ultimate, just like... This game is so goofy, I can't even begin to put it into words. It's genuinely funny, and it's genuinely enjoyable in terms of a game. Again, this is another one I could do a full playthrough of.
I've seen you do a full playthrough of it.
Yeah, I did it in the Discord at some point. But we're just going to sample a little bit of it tonight.
I will say, this game has a good ending.
There are known problems with the system. It has imperfectly emulated sound. But I think we'll do okay. Do I want to stretch this to 4x3, or do I want to kind of just... Nah, this is the proper resolution. I mean, it would be on a 4x3 TV, but let's get the right pixel aspect ratio. These are our characters. Does one of these guys stand out to you? They've all been trained by the same teacher.
I like the guy by himself in the upper right.
Oh,
Well, we're not playing as him. Maybe we'll play as him later. Oh, Ninja, that's pretty good. I'll take that.
Each character has their own music. You may notice a lot of Karnovs running around here.
Yeah. A lot of Karnai.
They have this lottery after every stage. Unlucky.
Unlucky.
Bad choice. Yeah, I made a bad choice there. I should have not got that.
That was on you. Yeah, that was on you.
Peeking.
Arctangent says, of all the Data East games out there, this is the Data Eastest.
The goal of every stage is to collect the hearts necessary to progress the stage, to go on to the next stage. Don't worry, he turned into a log. It's one of his ninja skills. Oh, now I'm stuck jumping on top of him.
I'm not sure what those things on the bottom are supposed to be doing other than just kind of messing up.
Messing with the elevation.
Yeah.
Sub up, so now our sub attack is stronger. Lucky! Cha-cha-cha!
You ever play those Karnov fighting games?
Yeah, like Fighter's History, I think it's localized as.
I think Karnov's Revenge is also one of them, if I recall correctly.
I remember those being okay. They have some goofy characters in them.
One of them is like just like notorious as like a bad fighting game that people like to play, because like Karnov in that game is like super busted. I know Jamcroft did a video on it.
So you may notice that there's absolutely no thematic cohesion whatsoever in this game. That every screen is just completely removed in space and time from the other. None of the enemies really match with like the characters we're playing as or the stages. It's kind of just a bunch of random ideas they threw against the wall. And that's all it needs to be.
I remember when you played this all the way through, it was fairly forgiving for an arcade game.
Oh yeah, they wanted people to have fun with this. This is not like... There are parts of it that can be challenging, there are parts of it that can be tricky, but ultimately, the intention was for players to have a good time with this. Maybe not a long time, maybe not an expensive time, but to play it and to have it, like, stick in their memory. That they made the game that they thought would be funny to make. And whether that is a game that would generate a lot of coin revenue, ultimately not the point. I want to get a change. Change makes you change your character and drop all the upgrades you've thus far collected for said character you've been playing as. A Curse of Sheeps. Now, I think I want to take a loss on this one at a certain point. For reasons that will become apparent. Alright, hit me. Loss. I curse you. Here we go. And there we go.
There's our curse.
Maybe I didn't get to change my character, but I certainly changed my character regardless.
So how good is the sheep in this game?
Well, I mean, I can do this, and I can hit this sheep without even getting into the strike zone, so pretty good.
This is the strat, I guess.
And we can continue to play as a sheep for a few more stages.
Wait, you were cursed again. How do you get double cursed?
I think if you win the stage, you actually get to... You still get cursed, so you have to play this stage as a sheep. But it's actually really handy because it has verticality that not every character has. Unfortunately, there's only a limited amount of projectiles you can have on screen at once, so I ran out of them there. But yeah, this is, you know, in terms of some of the game design, like, you could give these developers, like, feedback on, like, well, you should probably, like, you know, if you want to make this game, like, more challenging, you could have, like, enemies, like, appear out of here, you can have them have, like, this many frames of animation, maybe, like, you get stunned for this many frames, or you can just make a huge totem of random monsters that don't appear anywhere else. And that could work, too.
Whatever gets you across the finish line, you know?
But yeah, you know, the point of most arcade games is not to be a laugh riot, you know? People will say about arcade games, they're made to rip you off, and, like, you know, that's not necessarily true either in every case. There are some games that exist solely to rip you off. But, you know, they're made to be entertained, they're made to be fun, they're made to be engaging, they're made to be experiences that make you want to come back to the arcade and try again. Don't do that. I will anyway. found me out. There's our master. He's the master
you
for a
hurt
reason.
by his pain?
We feel a sympathetic pain.
My is getting stronger. Eventually, I'm gonna have to stop referencing Tomb Raider and the Angel of Darkness.
No, why stop now? It's. I could continue to play this, and I might for a little while longer, just because this game is so out there. And it's genuinely good. Yeah. Again, like, to be clear, Bakagē is not, like... It's similar in Kusage to the sense that it is, like, a word that is used to describe a certain, like, subgenre of game. But while Kusage describes games that are typically, like, mechanically bad, right, that have, like, issues that affect playability, this doesn't really have that. It's just... This happens to be a game that's funny. It happens to be a competent beat-em-up that that trades in a reverent sense of humor that I do vibe with.
This feels, in a way, like almost like the WarioWare of beat-em-ups.
WarioWare is Bakagē. I could have played a WarioWare game. I could play like the original GBA micro games, whatever, and that would count. Because, you know, it's all... What is that game if not just, like, taking you from, like, comedic set piece to comedic set piece? Just, like, vignette to vignette. Oh, I could use my special ability here, maybe. Which creates an AI partner. I still lost, unfortunately. Do we continue with this, or do we switch to something else?
Do you get to change characters if you continue?
No. But...
okay.
I might... Let me... Luck manipulate. Let me play a little bit more of this. Let me save state once I beat this, and I'm gonna roll until we get a change off the roulette wheel.
I do want to see that baseball head guy.
He's great. He has some inspired weapon choices.
Oh, that's... I like that interpretation of a mermaid there.
Yeah.
But yeah, woman top, fish bottom. Yeah, what's wrong?
Alright, help me out, AI partner.
That's not AI, he's just repeating what you do. That's like Ninja Gaiden.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. Infinite jumping, doesn't do any damage to the enemy, but keeps us safe. There we go. Alright. Let's luck manipulate. That's not gonna be it.
Unlucky
Wait another second. Sub up.
Nope.
I think it's always like... Damn. They're not making this easy. It's almost like they realized that making people switch their character in the middle of the game would annoy some people. They knew it was funny. They knew it was funny to do, but they also realized that there's some people who would not appreciate it. I swear I can get this.
Listen, you just gotta hit it right now.
Oh, so close!
And you should listen to me.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go. New music. New weapon. And he has a great windscreen as well.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to see him.
Let's keep busting these enemies up till one of them drops that heart.
Okay. Oh, that was the preview image for tonight, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. What's chat saying about this goofy-ass game we're playing right now?
Let's see. Video Game King says that giant head gag is how you know this is a piece of Japanese media from the 1980s.
They do love their ultra-realistic, hyper-detailed heads.
Let's see.
That almost becomes a trope as well throughout these games. I can definitely think of a couple.
Magic Meow says, yeah, WarioWare is totally the same vibe as these games.
Win-win.
There we go.
A couple more stages. I don't know. It's good. It's a good game.
It's a fun game. It's fun to look at.
The only thing that would make this better if it had two-player co-op. I would absolutely. Uh-oh, we got stomped.
Is this a fight? I remember like I said, I watched you play this game, but I forget if you're actually supposed to kill this thing or if it's like Bowser and Mario 3 where I have to get them to fall through.
You can drain their health. They could probably like be beat the other way too, because that would again be funny if that was how you could defeat this boss. Oops. All right, now it's an actual. Now we got a fight on our hands.
So if you die in the middle of the stage, you start over, like enemy gets his health back?
Yeah, they would start you from the top with full health and whatever, and you keep your power-ups too between lives, so they're forgiving in that sense. They won't punish you too severely.
We're about to get it here. Ah, there you go.
And look, even his little tiny sprite, even his shrunken down sprite still has the arms up in the air. Hey, life up, that's what we wanted. I think there is like a way to master the timing on this to get what you want. You can only upgrade like the main attack and sub attack so many times.
Job for Trio the Punch speedrunners.
And now we're fighting zombies. Because why not? Got a cityscape in the background. There's some stages in this that are actually like proper platforming stages.
Yeah. You did not manage to outface them.
Tough break. All right,
maybe that's what we call it.
Maybe that's what we call it for now. Maybe I'll come back and I'll just play through all of Trio the Punch someday, just for funsies. But yeah, again. Oh, a little jaunty tune. I gotta put my name on the high score list at the very least.
Good job on your G medal.
Thank you. I worked hard for it. So you better treat me right.
I'll never forget you, Trio the Punch.
It's certainly hard to forget. It's one of those games that certainly sticks with you. Alright. I believe I saw in the chat someone asking if Pulirula was considered Bakagē.
Yep.
Well,
that was a question from How Do I Even Exist?
I'll have you know that I do consider Pulirula to be Bakagē. I think we're also skipping a game here that Toilet Kids on the PC Engine. I think it was released before this was, or around the same time, but I had to not include it because it has pixelated depictions of, let's just say, things that you would see at a toilet.
Oh, yeah.
So, can't play that one, unfortunately, but that's another essential one in the history of Bakagē. But this is Pulirula. This is a Taito game, released in 1991. We're just going to play the arcade version here. And this is another beat-em-up, but again, with comedy being the priority. Though this does play a bit more traditionally. But, let's get it up and running, why don't we? Alright. Wait for the BIOS to...
Here's a... Yep.
There's story. I think the audio's low on this one, so I'm actually gonna have to boost it a little bit.
I'm getting those O's. For some reason, those O's are looking like A's to me.
Yeah, the font choice here, like the O, yeah. I'd have maybe done a little different in a couple spots.
I like the art.
Oh yeah, no, this is a good-looking game. I like the character design in this. I like some of the stage design.
So do you know if Pulirula means anything or refers to anything, or is it just these letters sound good?
I bet it does, but I do not know offhand, unfortunately.
Oh.
We're a man about town.
Oh, I really like how this looks.
I was in many places. I think this town is a good place. We'll see for how long.
Those are some big sprites. Oh, no lie, this looks great. I haven't seen this in motion in a long time. I saw the re-res video on it, like, a long time ago, but I'm super charmed with how this looks.
Yeah, no, it's a winner. And again, like, reasons here is because the humor, at certain points, delves into the stupid. And again, not a negative thing. It's not here because it's a bad game, it's here because it falls under a particular label that is sometimes associated with Bad games. Sewer level.
Oh, well, yeah, that makes it a bad game.
Yeah, well. I'll take this key. Not if I have anything to say about it.
But, oh.
Like I said, I'll be holding on to this. Oh no!
I thought the parrot was the real villain. He was getting away, but no, it was that little puppet kid.
Damn it, the time stopped.
Was this ever released in America, or is this purely a Japanese release?
This is an English localization, yeah, so I think it might have been.
Yeah, I didn't know if there's like a ROM hack, or if it was just one of those cases where the game is just already all in English.
I've seen this with Japanese text, so I think I'm just playing the localized version of it, the translation that exists in ROM. And it seems to be a pretty clean translation, too, so I think it might be that there was intentions, designs. There are console versions of this as well. Some of them are even censored in some capacity, because there is a stage that features a particularly gratuitous sexual joke in the stage design. Not like anything offensive. Like, you walk between a woman's legs, and there's like a door between them, right?
Yeah.
You see two legs sticking out of a wall, and... So, you know, juvenile, sophomoric. But, you know, not mean-spirited. It's just like, wouldn't it be goofy if? Or isn't this just like a funny visual? This is not a funny visual gag. And I don't pretend to be good at this.
Well, that's the thing with, like, beat-em-up games. You don't have to be good at it. You just have to be rich enough.
Yeah.
Now, this is a design. I don't know what the hell's going on here.
But there is something going on.
Oh, it was him all along.
You go to the town ahead? Yes, but why? That town is so head that no persons can live in it, and the town people have escaped. Okay, maybe not the cleanest translation. Ah, so, I understand. Thank you. Well, I don't understand. But hey, as long as the protagonist knows what they're doing, as long as the protagonist has some idea of why they're here and what they're doing.
Turns the camera and goes, "Don't worry, I got this." Wait, forget what I was saying. What happened?
Well, this town is so head that no one can live here. And I'm beginning to see what that means.
Oh, well, speaking of that stage you were talking about.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get there.
I'm fully aware of what I'm doing. Can't you see?
What are those two blue things up there? Is that your, like, special attack?
Yeah, it's my summon, I believe. And you see there's a magic meter or a health meter. I don't fully understand all the mechanics of this game. Oh, no, the ties are our lives.
Oh, that's your lives. Okay, yeah, I guess magic meter is...
Yeah, so
I'm
magic
totally
must be
picking up what this
summoned.
game's putting down.
Yeah, how can you not? This is so just... Yeah, sorry, this is funny. It's like, yeah, it's just... There's not much to say when things are, like, actually funny, you know? Ah, wait a moment. Oh, there's a drink up, too. Can I pause? I don't want to lose at the arcade game.
Yeah, I didn't bring it to your attention because you were in the middle. And I will also drink up.
You see, all the special attacks are just different. And I don't know if you can control them in any capacity.
Maybe it's like Golden Axe, where the amount of magic things you have changes what attack you're using.
Perhaps. Ha! What did I do? Yeah, so this must be the localized version that got rid of the legs sticking out of the walls, because that would have been the level.
Okay.
Don't dream a strange dream again. Easier said than done, buddy. I mean, come on. I'm gonna police your dreams from here on out. One more stage. Ah, it's hot. I feel thirsty. Where is water? Maybe we can find water in a desert. We are also troubled with no rain. A fellow called Yu sucked up all rains.
The pig tell you that?
I think so.
Some pig.
We want to go down. Okay, now we can go right. Again, just the most random assortment of enemies. Is another, like, running theme through Bakagē, I would think. It's the lack of stylistic cohesion, which amounts to its own style in and of itself, of course.
I really love how those platypuses are drawn.
They're cute little
Those are
fellas.
adorable. Like, the pigs are, too. I am, like, in love with this game,
Oh, yeah, no, it's great.
to be honest.
I know we set aside CNC Stream Factory for good games, but I kind of cheated tonight and gave myself some good games. This one's a little tough to hit, though, because there's so much foreground stuff. We got there, though. And I'll be taking that platypus with me. Oh, rip. A little more. Put in another coin. Got a little extra time on this. Let's see what the boss of this stage looks like.
Sure.
Oh, hey, magical girl. Magical
Or
girls.
magical girls.
It was just a dog all along. You know, by the way, I appreciate your restraints. That when I said that these are stupid games, you did not play the soundboard clip straight away, but now I kind of want to hear the soundboard clip.
Oh. I'll wait till it's more appropriate.
Fair enough.
This not being the appropriate time, somehow.
Somehow. Oh, I think it gives us temporary invincibility, which I can use to lay the beat down on this snail.
Junji Ito reject.
Gotta click the snails for points. Yippee! It's rain! But I'm afraid of too much rain this time. I wonder if it's safe. And let's see, 2 seconds to the next stage. Looks like it was too much water. As the time of this town stopped, I couldn't read all that. But yeah, you know, this game goes on. It's not too much longer, actually, but, you know, not a bad game. Huli Rula. Quite good, actually.
But it
Very
is
charming.
a...
Stupid game.
Thank you. Thank you, Hacker T-Dog. Alright, the next game that we're going to play tonight, let me try to see if I can get the title right on this and explain what this is properly, is Utsurun Desu, Kawauso Hawaii Eikiku. This is...
Oh, not heard of that one. Oh, wait, nope. I see the cover. I've heard of this one.
Yeah, so this is based on a long-running comic and cartoon series from Japan. And this is a side character in that. This is an otter, believe it or not, who everyone treats as a normal otter despite not looking like your typical otter. And he had his own video game spin-off. And this is it. It's about him wanting to go on a Hawaiian vacation and the trials and tribulations he has to face in order to achieve that vacation. And you're going to see some things here that are going to amaze you in the fact that they appear so early in the history of video games. Alright, so this is the title screen. You may notice that it's not properly aligned. I don't know if that's a technical issue.
Oh.
Oh, wait, no, hold on. Yeah, there's something wrong with the video feed here. I don't know what necessarily is.
Alright, I didn't know if that was like a meta joke. Alright.
There we go. So as early as like 2 seconds into this, like...
Oh, that was a meta joke.
Yeah, straight up. Singular option on the title screen. Here's your tutorial on how to use a controller. With the most lovingly rendered Famicom controller of all time.
Got it. Understood.
Alright, let's start stage 1.
You're just telling him to shoe?
Yep, telling these shoes
No
to
pun
shoe.
intended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, this is our standard attack, but we also have a charge attack. If I hold down this button, you see it cycles through things, but the one we really want is the fire. That's the most useful ability, or one of the most useful. But if you hold it too long, you get that by accident. Or this, where he does a little dance. So, punishment for whiffing the timing on that is inopportune actions. There's me using it at the right time.
Is the timing consistent, or does it, like, change up on you?
The timing is consistent. There are shops in this game. You can buy things. Most of them are completely useless. I think like some of them like are like extra health. Then some of them are items that you can just carry around with you.
But this does not have a translation, it seems.
No, unfortunately not. So we bought this. We can toss it. It's something. You can hit enemies with it, and then it disappears.
Oh, money well spent.
Alright. I'm worried about the spike trap here. We're really gonna have to... Nope, hold on. Let's not accept that death just
Well, you don't have to worry about it now.
Yeah, let's not succumb to that. In fact, let's get the devil ability. Oh, sorry about that, but I had to do it to get that enemy off the screen. Okay, Charkie, wish me luck. Running jump? Oh, never mind.
I mean, that's logical. That makes sense. The line was right there.
Don't think I can do anything here. Oh no! Everything's cool. It's all good, actually. And fake door, because of course. So, you're seeing things here that, like a Sayoban action, Cop Mario as people would know it, would sort of play around with later, and that we're taking platforming convention. Speaking of platforming convention, this is a little on the nose. Hey buddy, can you kind of vamoose? Can you kind of... Alright, thank you.
Did you kick him in the nuts? What happened?
I believe I did. Oops. Where will we have to restart? Just here, that's fine. Oops. Well,
okay, well that's on you. That's also on you somehow.
I wonder if it's actually... If they actually made it so that you...
It looks like you can, but it's really hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that. That's... So it can still be hard, even though like they're obviously like making fun of platforming convention. They're still not above making it like actually challenging in some legitimate ways. Sad Kappa.
Shouldn't he be dead if he does that?
You would think so. Alright, toss your hat again.
Ron Bronwyn asks, are the Katamari games too consistent to qualify as Bakagē?
Look, I adore Katamari. We love Katamari. On the record, my favorite video game of all time. Is it Bakagē? It might be. It can definitely indulge in its stupidity. To an extent. Alright, we sent the kid home crying. So now we can feel like a real big otter about it. Haunted Forest. Let's just plow ahead and, scroll things to the right. That's what you do in a video game, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's him again.
Let's see if I can translate that. Ottercoon, Ottercoon. I wouldn't recommend this forest, even though it's called a bluffing forest. But you can get through this forest in 2 steps. Good luck, then. Thank God for the translation key I have on here.
That's convenient.
So that's supposed to be a hint. It doesn't necessarily translate here, but that you need to use the dance.
As in a 2-step.
Yes. I don't remember the exact spot I have to do it in, but if I just keep doing it, I think it'll eventually work. Some of these logic puzzles are a little tortured, to say the least. Let's try that. And that.
No?
There's a way to make this happen. I forget the exact positioning of it. Let's try dancing one more time. But again, like, yeah, tortured logic, and this, like, making you waste your time as a joke is important to the experience of a Bakagē, of a good Bakagē. I know for a fact that it has something to do with the dance here.
Okay, nope.
Also, Video Game King noticed that we earned a lot more money than we had previously after we defeated the Kappa. Almost like the economy in this game is a joke in and of itself.
Yeah.
Almost if the money doesn't actually matter. Okay, here
Almost
we go.
like it's Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness.
It's always gonna come back to that.
That game broke us.
It really did. Let's see, what are these items here? Something I have a lot, something I don't have a lot, something I got. Not the best translation here, obviously. Okay. We have whatever this is now.
Alright, take it to the end of the game, put it on the rocket ship, and you get the achievement.
Let me up there. Okay, when it comes to this... We gotta make the screen flash again.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, folks. Because you can't jump under these.
Oh, that's bad.
I forget how to do this. I think it's just like walk off and jump, but the timing is very specific. There we go. Well, let's see if we can do any better than that.
You brought him back to his natural habitat.
Yeah, I don't think you're actually supposed to win that log game there. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Well, look, Molomoles, I don't think they
Oh.
omnivorous. Yeah.
Oh, it's okay.
Actually, that's a lie. But they probably aren't. Don't go after otters.
Luckily, those fish don't go after us either. This fucking guy again.
It's you again. Look, I'm here to teach you and your testicles a lesson, alright?
And there's some goofy-ass bosses in this game as well. I think you fight Superman at some point. Because why not?
What are copyright laws in Japan?
That's a very good question.
I was just thinking about all the games where, like... You know, there's Shinobi 2, where you fight, what, like, the Hulk and Spider-Man and the Terminator?
Yeah. Just this flagrant.
Yeah.
There's, like, ideal positioning for this fight, probably. Where you can stand and hit them. But I am, not accomplishing it.
Video Game King says they were incredibly lax around this time. You ever see Ginga Ginkyuden? No, I have not. But yeah. I am familiar with, like, a lot of, like, Japanese games and stuff, yeah. Like, just kind of... Just having what the fuck ever, you know.
Let's try to not die here. Because I would like to see the next stage. We gotta do the flashing screen thing. It's the most effective attack in our arsenal. The timing is just very specific on it. Yep, and I whiffed that. Cheating. Flagrantly. It has to be done, though.
Now, what did Gregor Samson ever do to you?
Please don't kill me. God damn it. I never claimed to be good at these games, folks. I'm just interested in them. Fuck.
There's a very delayed reaction on when you get hit and when you die.
Yeah, deliberately so, I think.
Phase 2? Oh, no.
Stage 3? We're in the city now.
I thought that was like a crazy climber thing. Like, that was in the background and huge and climbing on the building.
Screw these hospital patients trying to escape. Knock them back out.
Are we sure they're hospital patients?
I mean, they're
not
bandaged.
Just guys? There could be a hat. Like a striped hat.
Let's see here. Welcome. Mr. Saito is waiting for you in the third room on the 5th floor. Okay. Let's go to the third floor, 5th room.
I wonder where that note he put up was. The 5th floor, right?
I think was it the 5th floor, 3rd room, or 3rd room, 5th floor?
It was 3rd room, 5th floor. I'm almost positive it was 3rd room, 5th floor.
Alright, then let's just keep going up. Alright, 3rd room. A 1. A 2. It's just these doors. Oh. It's a shop. Maybe there's like rooms on the left too. Maybe this is the 3rd door. Oh yeah, here it is. Maybe.
Are we back in Takeshi's challenge?
This just appears to be an empty office here.
I could have sworn it was 3rd room, 5th floor.
Maybe they mean right to left. Who knows? We'll check out every room on this floor. Okay. By the way, I saw Kappokun in 10th grade. Cool.
Good to know.
It was 3rd floor, 5th room, says Video Game King.
Video Game King says it was 3rd room, 5th floor.
A 3rd room... Oh, yeah.
But the joke is there's no 3rd room on the 5th floor.
Yeah, so ultimately what happens is... Like, I sort of know what's happening here. I just didn't remember if we even got the instructions right. But the whole point is that you go there, and it sends you, like, back and forth. So you go back at this point to the receptionist. Like, oh, sorry, I gave you the wrong room. I meant to go to this room. And you go to that room, and then there's someone there that says, actually, they moved to this room. And it just goes on and on. Torture jokes. Punishing the player as a bit.
So, does the fact that you explained it mean that we're moving on to the next one?
Oh, let's see what happens if we talk to her
torture the
again.
audience by going through with the bit that you just explained.
3rd room from the 5th floor. Yeah, I don't remember the exact room I would need to go to actually make this progress.
Dead. Oh, all the way dead.
Yeah, but you can just continue. Ultimately, I don't think it's super important. Can't read the sign, unfortunately. But yeah, that's Utsurun Desu. There's a lot more to it, obviously. We're only sampling these games very briefly tonight, but there's obviously multiple levels and boss encounters and things to do and funny gags on display that you can enjoy and experience yourself if you're so inclined. Someone should translate that. Honestly, I feel like the ways it plays with platforming convention would hold up, even if, like, you know, some of the dialogue gags might not, or they might be like so culturally Japanese that, like, most people playing it who would be able to, like, play it with English or who've been waiting for an English translation, it might still go over some of their heads. But I think that ultimately, like, the funniest stuff in there is, like, walking over on top of a hill in the background, like playing with perspective in that way. That's really forward thinking for a game from that era. That in 1992, developers were already thinking, like, let's play with, like, player expectation. These video games have become cemented enough. People, like, have an expectation of how they work that we can play with and subvert for comedic purposes, so why not do that? Alright, next game on the list. I'm going to be playing the PC Engine CD version of the 1992 game, developed by NCS, published by Messiah. This is Cho Aniki. This is the first installment in the series that would go on to have like 7 or 8 installments. We're just going to play this first one for like a minute, then I have the Squeak Wool in my back pocket as well that we're going to play after this, but this is just an origin of this series. It started off as Bakagē. It was comedy from the start.
Now this is the one I think everyone's going to be familiar with. At least the series.
Masaya. Evil. So I'm sure there's a lot of plot happening here.
I'm sure most of these are words.
We're just gonna have to skip that for now. And I'm gonna play this on easy just to spare myself. I'm sorry, I'm not good at these games. I don't pretend to be. And if we want to see any of it, I'm gonna have to turn it down. See what I mean? That's us flying on the left.
I sort of thought that was like still the intro movie. It's music.
It's certainly music. In fact, let me make sure the volume is... Yeah, I don't need to reduce that. That can just play on its original volume, so let's boost that back up in the mix. So I still have my gain on. Sorry, I know I obsess over audio, it's only because I'm really bad at it. And figuring out what the good levels are. So yeah, traditional shmup. Mechanically speaking. You can power up. You know, Parodius.
Nothing too out of the ordinary in terms of enemy designs. Case in point.
Oh, I think that's the sweet spot right there.
Yep.
Alright. Faces emerging.
And love their biomechanical stuff.
They certainly did, and certainly do. Tetsuo the Iron Man. Eventually this has to end, right? This is...
One would imagine.
That's a question I always ask myself playing shmups. On the hole we go. Oh look, buff guys.
Options.
If I press a button, I can make him do that. And now they're sort of flying around the screen.
Call him, or is he just...
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, he's not doing anything when he's standing by me. He's not shooting alongside me. If I stop shooting, I start shooting these things for a little bit. I want the power up.
There goes your muscle man.
Can't turn around.
Whoa, jeez. Yeah.
So the music is a little silly here. We're looking like for obvious things. But, you know, sometimes this is obviously Bakagē. I think people understand like where is this heading, where is this going, especially if they know what the squeakles look like. They understand there's gonna be like something comedic about this. But this is like one that is like almost like not like a slow burn. But you know, like you could mistake it at a first glance. It's not obvious in its intention from the start. Yeah. And I'm hoping we face off against another boss sooner than later. Alright. They're figuring things out here. They'll eventually be on screen.
All of a sudden, I feel like pina coladas.
Oh! Dodge that. Whoa! Ah, fuck that. I'm not accepting that. And so it continues. And eventually you start getting into like the digitized art. That was a big staple back in the day for Bakagē. Was just like, hey, we can like scan actors in. We can scan like pictures in and just put them in the frame. So let's just do that as much as possible, but also do like all this immaculate sprite art and just make sure they like stand out from each other as much as possible, contrast each other as much as possible. playing with like stylistic cohesion again. I know I keep coming back to that point, but it is an essential tool of the trade, especially in these the heady days of like 16-bit, 8-bit consoles.
Ooh.
Tough one.
Zombie Nation now?
I wonder if that counts. I wonder if that's ever been considered as Bakagē, because it's such a goofy visual, like the floating head that you play as. Again, I asked the question, does this guy die eventually? This is why I'm pro having health bars on screen for bosses. I think it's a good idea to actually know if you're doing damage, if you're doing anything effective.
Well, it's obviously, like, blowing stuff up on them, so...
I don't know if, like, if the hands or the head is the weak point. I know I'm dying a lot. I can tell you that much.
It's a little hard for me to tell, because...
30
streaming
FPS,
it to me at 30, so, like, I'm not seeing everything.
I can tell you that it flips on every frame. I can tell you that it's just alternating frames in terms of, like, character flashing, trying to give it a transparent effect. It is a ghost. There we go. Thank God. That's a stage.
That was one stage?
That was one stage.
Wow.
Also, I just realized that I can adjust
pacing.
speed by pressing select to move a little quicker. But I have still not figured out how to use bombs. There's only 2 buttons on a PC Engine controller. A typical PC Engine controller, so I have no idea how to use a bomb at this point.
2 buttons at the same time? Charge a button?
I have to not be shooting, and then I press the option button.
Oh, okay.
I just burned through them because obviously I'm more or less done with this.
3,
I want to continue, but I need to see who Mr. One looks like.
1, 0.
Well, there you go. Game over indeed.
Oh, jeez.
And it would be
that
back
was
to the
the
title screen from here, back to the intro. Alright, so that was Cho Aniki. The 2 characters you could play as were, like, relatively, like, standard. They were, like, mystical fighters. I don't know the plot of the series. I think they're called, like, I don't even know their names. But you saw the options characters, right? The bodybuilders that we could pick up.
Yes,
I know their names.
course.
Their names are Adon and Samson. And it just so happens that by the time they released the Squeakquel game, by the time they decide, let's make another one of these, they would call it I Cho Aniki. And who would star in it except for Adon and Samson? Because they just realized, like, oh no, these are like the most recognizable characters in this game. These are the ones that people are coming here for. And so let's just build the second game around them. And so I'm gonna
Look at them. This is some boys having fun.
Just this guy's being dude. What's better than this? Let's get this loaded up. Ending of the previous game, I imagine. Now, what did I say earlier? Japan thinks bodybuilders are the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah. The president there was very happy about this.
Sexy dynamite.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought I heard sexy.
I mean, there's a reason why like, Billy Harrington like took off huge in Japan. You know, well, get this lady out of here. What she's doing here? She doesn't blend in at all with the rest of this game.
Have some protein powder and come back to me. People in chat are saying like tubular bells. It's like, yeah, that I was hearing that too.
Our heroes, ladies and gentlemen.
The Obo Bros.
Okay.
Now,
So,
is
yeah.
your whole body the hitbox, or do you have like just a small hitbox?
That's a good question. Inquiring minds would like to know. I also don't have a rapid fire attack. I have to keep tapping it. I have a dodge button, I think. I'm assuming that's what that was. Oh no, it might just be like a charged move of some variety.
I like when you just flex and you're not really doing an attack, you just sort of flex.
You know, and someone might be watching. Always be bodybuilding, always be showing those muscles, always be. And again, I don't claim to be any good at these games.
The sparkles coming out and like the spin dodge and all that stuff is giving me like Moonwalker vibes. You know, this guy, all things considered, relatively svelte.
Yeah. And that's why he went down so easily. That was just the mid-boss. Banger soundtrack, legitimately. Really making the most of the PC Engine CD and CD audio.
Do you think they were like Cho Aniki fans who were like pining for the days of the original characters? Is like,
When are
you
they
know,
gonna
I
bring
just
those
like the
two
original
back?
characters more. Yeah.
The answer is no. Cho Aniki fans are fans because of games like this, and from this game forward. It continues. Rotate around.
This game is going for like a lot more than the previous. The previous game was no slouch, but
Yeah,
this
but
one's
this
like
is
shooting
night
for the
and
moon.
day, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is how far can we push this?
But also, just in terms of like set pieces and stuff. I do like how your time limit is being displayed up there. That when the hourglass runs out, the guy just kind of picks up the other one, like turns it over.
It's just like, you know, someone had that idea, and then no one bothered to interrogate it. No one bothered to think, like, well, how would it actually work? Is that, like, an efficient way to tell time? I don't want to die here, but I don't know if it's even possible to avoid it. Let's troubleshoot. Let's duck under, maybe? Yeah, no. Here we go. Just to get got by the angels, by the fallen angels. I'd like to make a little more progress in this. I know I've already burned through multiple lives is the thing, though. So I don't know how... Oh, never mind. We had another life left. Sorry.
Yeah. You're out of hit points, I guess.
It's showtime!
God, the stage's still not over.
I didn't realize I was taking damage there. That's how good I am. That's how on the ball I am with these games.
And it is sort of rough, like, to have such a huge hitbox.
Yeah, that's my excuse and I'm sticking to it.
Especially when the hitbox is, like, huge vertically like that.
Yeah. It's a little unusual mechanically. But I'm sure something that can be adapted to, that if you are a serious shmup fan, like, you can appreciate, like, elements of this design. I would assume.
Only the
and
most
hope.
serious shmup fans play this game. It's go time.
I think if they're saying it's showtime,
Oh. That's also good.
I cannot figure out how to not get hit on this screen. To not take multiple hits from everything that hits me. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to make it very far in this at all, unfortunately.
Bro support group.
Yeah, and this kicks you right back to the title screen. Brutal.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah,
No
this is an
continues.
example of a tough one. This is an example of a real one. where they made a proper difficult shooting game, and I am not equipped to deal with that. But obviously, this series would continue. It's important to at least show it here and to be like, yeah, this would be like a prototypical Bakagē. This is like what people think of. A lot of people think of when they think of Bakagē is just like,
if you want to laugh, you got to work at it for this game.
Absolutely. Now, next game I'm going to play, we're actually going back a little bit. That was a 1995 game, that Cho Aniki.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going back to 1993. I don't usually do things out of order, but when there was two games in the same franchise, I don't need to defend this. I don't need to explain this. I'm the only one. I'm literally the only person who gives a shit.
Literally your stream, so...
But next game we're going to look at is an arcade game. Back to the arcades. This is the first Funky Fighter. This is a whack-a-mole game, kind of, in that there's 9 buttons that you hit. That correspond to quadrants of the screen, that correspond to squares on the screen in a grid-type arrangement.
So, do you have them set to your numpad?
I do.
I
in
imagine?
fact, MAME sets it to that by default. We're playing this on MAME, obviously.
Yeah, okay. Only thing that I can imagine makes sense.
Yeah, you can't exactly map this to a controller, let's say. And for reasons, I'm going to make sure that this is the Japanese version of the ROM. I'm going to keep it at difficulty 1. I think the default is 3, but... it's hard to play without the benefit of actually being able to smack a real machine, without being able to hit a real cabinet. Play Rock Smash? Sure. Country Japan. Good, okay.
Help! I've seen this!
Yeah.
I've seen this game.
Yeah, this game rules. I really like the idea of this. I like games where you hit buttons, like physical buttons. I was in an arcade the other day. I love Speed of Light. It's one of my favorite games at the arcade. And they had a Kung Fu Panda game where you hit things as well. And there's that one, like those test your strength, like boxing games.
Mm-hmm.
All that shit, tactile stuff is just so fun to me. But let's start. There's someone, I Am Headful mentions that I noticed that Japan has an interesting relationship with the word funky. There's like funky head boxing, for example. So there's absolutely something there. I should put the controller down.
This is like Bayou Billy Extreme.
Or Fist of the North Star is a whack-a-mole game.
Yeah. I mean, there were arcade Fist of the North Star games that were kind of like this.
That is certainly true.
So is the reason that you chose Japan because blood?
No, there's blood in the American version. You'll see why. I think after the mini-boss. Got him. Okay, this is why we're playing the Japanese version. It should be popping up soon.
Purple Gators, that's why. Oh.
Yeah.
So that's what you're into.
I looked up the Funky Fighter, and all you'll find is DeviantArt fan art of that Lady Gator. If you try to look up this game, which is great. I mean, God bless them. They just get rid of those enemies entirely in the English version of this, so...
You know what would be cool / torture? Is if you made a version of this game out of like a Pump It Up cabinet. Or a reference for those who might not know what Pump It Up is, out of a DDR cabinet, their Dance Dance Revolution cabinet.
Either or works.
Yeah.
Can we get a translation on that? No. It cannot read the pixel font there, unfortunately. Oh, and I'm in MAME. I'm not in RetroArch. I can't do that button. That's why it didn't work.
So at the end of the game, is she the final boss?
That would be funny. I don't know offhand. I haven't beaten this game. We could probably beat this. This is one I might just beat because it's only 4 stages long. Here for a good time, not a long time. And obviously, the plot to this is just like, absolutely ridiculous. We have a knife now, by the way. Because we're underwater, you see.
Yeah. You can't punch underwater. You ever tried to punch underwater?
Can't say I have. And I don't think I'll try after this. Super polluting. That'll take care of them.
Listen, there, you could go out and you could kill all of these, like, sea creatures that have stolen your girl, you know, beat them with your bare hands, or you could take the smart way and just pollute the oceans until there's no wildlife left.
Goddamn right. Turn that fish into sashimi, I tell you what.
I passed on the opportunity to get sashimi today. My family went to like a sushi place, and unfortunately, I don't think I can go eat Japanese food anymore.
Aren't you allergic to certain things there, or?
I'm allergic to like shrimp and crab and lobster and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, I can eat like salmon, and I fucking love me.
But it's around so much
Philly
other
roll.
stuff that.
Yeah, and I've realized that every time I have sushi, I have an allergic reaction, even if it's just a little bit. And I'm like, you know what? This is probably not good for me, so I just have to stop having, you know, Japanese food anymore, which is a shame because I love me some salmon when it's not cooked.
Yeah.
Cooked salmon is disgusting.
It can be fine, but it's better raw, to be sure. Jesus Christ!
Whoa! And doesn't get more raw than that.
You're huge. That means you have huge guts. Video Game King pointing out, serious commentary. I'm not all too comfortable with the video game reviving the 1950s adventure aesthetic. Like, it's telling us there's zero mechanical difference between fighting a shark and an alligator and fighting a native. And I messed that up, because I didn't realize the power bar was at the top of the screen there.
No.
So, whoopsies.
That is a problem that video games have that
Continue to have to this day.
Yeah, you remember Resident Evil 5?
Yeah. I was like, remember Crash Bandicoots?
No, mine's more recent. Technically.
Yeah, I guess they came out with the reboots though. As I was thinking of like Aku Aku still appearing in like.
Yeah. Well, you weren't killing Aku Aku.
Yeah,
now, granted,
but
you were killing Uka Uka, so. Oh, I just realized the stars. I just realized that they were losing their bikinis.
Yeah, they have pasties on though, so we're all good. Some of these guys require multiple punches. I don't know if that has been noticed. You have a certain time limit to do this.
God, this guy's fast.
Yeah, I'm not good at these, where they're flying around. I would be better with a real machine, I think. I'd be able to do this in a way that I cannot with a numpad. Jesus.
Man. I feel like this would be good Step Mania training, though.
There we go. Burn them all.
Take that, nature.
I mean, these gators are hardly natural as it is. Clearly they've already been mutated in some capacity. Alright, we're back to this guy again.
So is the strategy for the boss fight just the lower left and right buttons?
Yeah,
That's
as far
it?
as I can tell.
You ever play one of those arm wrestling arcade games?
I have. I played the Nintendo arm wrestling machine, and it is a tough one. That thing can genuinely hurt.
I never played that one, but when I was a kid, the mall arcade had another one of those that, like, the guy's face was, like, much more, like, up front and center. I don't know what it was called.
Like, it's, like, built into the facade of it, like a plastic face staring at you, rather than just, like, the digital characters on the screen.
No, it was a digital character on the screen. It was just like, you know, in the Nintendo game, you kind of saw the whole guy, and you saw your arm. This one, it was just like, You just got a close-up look at the guy's face, I think. I don't know. It's another one of those kind of games. It's just Nintendo didn't make that one.
Sure.
I'm sure I could figure out what it was by just looking up arm wrestling arcade games.
Perhaps.
How do those emulate, I wonder?
They don't. I mean, they could, but it would just be the mechanical input, so you wouldn't have, like, any, like... They wouldn't even make it mashing. It would just be, like, you hold down button to apply this much strength, probably.
Alright,
like,
so yeah, perfect for TASes.
Like, the idea would be for someone to make a bespoke controller for that, where it resists you and is able to read whatever, like, background inputs dictate, you know, like, the mechanical accessories of the machine. That's why so many main machines are just, like, the LED scoreboards for, like, pinball machines. But, like, little do, like, people realize that those have, like, all the logic of the arcade game, that if someone were to recreate the arcade machine perfectly, like, a physical representation of it, it would have code that actuates all the game logic, that actuates all the board logic. MAME is really comprehensive and really interesting, and also one of the most obtuse pieces of software ever created, and is like the opposite of user-friendly, or, you know, whatever else. It's completely unintuitive because it has to be so many billions of different things.
Oh my god.
Johnny Baghead saying, I wonder if a steering wheel controller with force feedback would work. You know, that'd be a something, right?
Yeah, it'd have to be a lot of force feedback.
You could hack it together. I mean, like, if you had, like, knowledge of, like, building mechanical devices, electromechanical devices, or modifying, I'm sure there is a way. Probably not a perfect way, but, you know, you can get there.
Oh, I think I found the game. It was Arm Champs 2. Just Jalico.
Oh, ladies.
I know a guy who has some original characters that look like that. Nice guy.
Yeah, but you know any gator ladies that I could, you know, if they're just, let me know if, like, they're around, if they're cute, if they're open to messages.
I mean, honestly, like, these days everyone's in the shark ladies. That's where it's at, apparently.
Good to know. Get you a shark, goth shark GF, I guess.
Oh, I mean, you just made like a like an AI art prompt right there for like a lot of folk.
Clear.
That's it? Is that the final boss? Rock Smash.
Alright, this one is... Here we go.
Excellent! Von Bronwyn says, Shark Girls are yesterday's news, Dog Girls are the new rage.
Dog
they?
Girls
I've
have
been
been the
off Twitter for a
rage
bit.
forever, yeah. How do I even exist as, like, Dog Girls are perennial? Yeah. Aw, sweet reunion.
Mash the buttons! It's actually just the kiss, but you have to kiss really hard.
Happy end.
Oh, that's good. Happy end?
Yeah,
Isn't that how Turkish Star Wars ends? Happy end? Or is it Multusum?
You know, I can't say I've seen Turkish Star Wars. I've certainly seen enough
we should.
like, stuff around. We should watch that in the Discord at some point.
Yeah, we should
Programmer
watch
James,
that.
Ben, Mika-chan, or Miki-chan, probably, Afghan. Coordinator, remember!
Trio the Punch was the coordinator. It said never forget me, and it came back to make this game.
That was the first Funky Fighter, the first and last.
Oh, I was about to say, where's the second? But
If only. So that was a weird one to pick as the one that we played through, but it was also short, so I mean, what can you do?
Yeah, it was very short, so...
There was a game I was going to play here that I can't because I couldn't figure out how to get the ROM to work. I think I downloaded a bad dump of it. It was Da Tonosama. which is like a SNES game. I think it's like a sort of action adventure game. The names of the main characters are Prince Stupid and Lord Stupid, and so the rest of the game sort of follows in that sort of thought process and that sort of style of comedy. But unfortunately, I can't get that up and running. So we're gonna switch instead to a game that no one has ever heard of here, probably. So you remember the Ring Terrors realm?
Yes, of course.
Remember Tycoon Gameworks?
Are they the ones who made it?
They're the ones who made it. They made some other games. One of them is called Oh No for the PlayStation 1. And this one I discovered while writing the Ring article. I mentioned this in the article as being a very interesting game. Definitely Bakagē, but I've never seen this around. I've never seen people talk about this one, even in Japanese corners of the internet. So this might be a lot of people. So I'm sure in our audience, people have like, there's at least like a couple of people who've heard of this. So
Asmic published this. Okay, so I know Asmic.
Yeah, Asmic
They also published Ring Terrors Realm.
Yeah, Tycoon was a sub company of Asmic. It was like an in-house game studio. So that is why they got handed the Ring project, because Asmic, the film production company, it's a whole thing. Read the Ring Terrors Realm, badgamehallofame.com, or watch our playthrough of it. Either or, whatever works for you. But I'm going to play some damn game here. I'm not particularly good at this one either, as it turns out. This one's a little tougher, but let's see how much of this I can show off. Let's see how far I can
2000.
get. Yeah, this is a 2000 game for the PlayStation. Yeah, let's just jump into the single player. Promising start.
Some people sing in the shower. I snap.
Okay. Let's go! Itadakimasu!
So, no subtitles here. No one's bothered to translate this into English, unfortunately. I think the plot
This feels like
You go.
this feels like it's based off a cartoon show.
You would think so, but it seems to be an original property. As far as I can gather from the plot, you play as a group. You play as these siblings, these little kids, and of course, all guys in this universe in this style are drawn with prominent boxer shorts, let's say. And the goal is just to get through the stages and to accomplish things that kids would do on a... there's kids having fun out there. And I think these other family members become playable at a certain point. We gotta get into the actual game itself to understand what this game is. This cutscene will give you absolutely no idea of what's coming up. But I'll let it play out
I
anyway.
can safely say I have never seen this game before.
I'm keeping this playing because this just becomes pure chaos at a certain point.
I am so lost. Under Music says, I find the animation style so off-putting.
By design.
Yeah. It almost kind of feels like Comedy Central-ish, in a way.
Shorties watching Shorties. A show I referenced that absolutely no one in the universe remembers, because it wasn't any good. Alright, so here's the explanation of the mechanics. You got all this?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Yep. I can't read Japanese, but I can speed read Japanese, so I'm good.
Great. Alright, here's the important thing. Collect burgers, don't eat fish.
Gotcha.
This game was put out by Big Beef. Different buttons go do different formations. And there's also a jump button. So let's see what this game actually is.
Yep. Pepsi Man?
Yep. Except you control multiple people.
Is Pepsi Man Bakagē?
Yeah. But this is more interesting to me.
Oh, I like this music.
Yeah. Every stage has its own song. You just gotta make sure your characters don't get pushed off the screen. That's how you lose. And that and running out of hunger.
Yeah, so to say, I do see the HP up there.
Yeah, those are hunger points, which you refill by getting burgers and the like.
Oh, this song's good.
Yeah, ska. Japan loves their
This
ska.
is like...
Ska stuck around longer there than it did here.
I feel like this is like starting soon sort of music for us.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Assuming it doesn't get copyright flagged. I don't know. We'll find out.
You know what would make this game even better is if it's still this, but if it was also explicitly a rhythm game.
There are parts of it that are.
Oh well,
Things that happen on the beats.
Straight up game over. That's
yeah. I mean, there's
harsh.
checkpoints, but I don't want to
Okay.
gauge that. I just want to get through this stage at the very least. Maybe a little more.
So we say you don't want to get your guys off the screen. What happens if one of your guys goes off the screen?
Game over.
Okay.
Or, you know, load from checkpoint.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm seeing the music sync play in there. If they leaned more into that, I think this would be even better.
Well, funny you should mention that.
Well, now it feels ominous. Like I'm gonna regret saying that. Koban says, as far as I know, the music in this is all original to the game.
Here's some middle-aged creepers.
Well, that one was like 27, though.
Alright. Well, odd man out. Yes, here's the rhythm game sections of this. There's a couple different variations on this. I think this one is just mash buttons. So maybe not rhythm, necessarily.
Oh, yeah, that's,
But there are ones that are like, you know, notes come down the screen that you need to... We'll get to that. Well, I'll get to another one of these. Alright, alternate buttons. I
Yep.
can do this.
yeah, button mashing seems like in your wheelhouse.
This is tough. There is a specific rhythm you have to do with this. I'm so close to maxing this out. Okay, I can do this. I can do this.
Yeah, you're gonna get it.
Yeah. Ah, damn it.
Johnny Baggins says Tomena Sana is on Wii is kind of a rhythm version of this idea.
We do have a couple Wii games later, by the way.
Yeah, I don't think I remember seeing that one on the list though.
No, that one was not, unfortunately. I don't want to save over my, I do have a save file for this.
Oh, I remember Tomena Sana.
I'm gonna skip this because there's no subtitles on screen, and it's just like storyboard cutscenes or slideshow cutscenes for those. But we picked up our little brother, or a third brother, so now we have a third person in the configuration. I know there's 4 later, there may be more than that.
Alright. And I'm Travis McElroy.
Shut the fuck up. Guys, everyone shut up. I need to speak. I think it's really disrespectful the way that we're arranged in a line, and I'm in the 3rd position, and...
I still have not watched that clip.
It's real funny. It's the funniest thing he's ever done.
And not on purpose.
Yeah. Always parades happening on the streets here.
Very the festive town. When do you think they're finally gonna let the 4th McElroy brother, like, out of the
Come out of
attic?
hiding. It's...
Yeah.
He just doesn't have the sauce. He just can't hang.
You're just no good at podcasting. I'm sorry, we gotta keep you locked in here.
They have him in reserve in case Griffin gets canceled for something, because it comes out that he's still friends with Nick Robinson or something. Which he is.
Allegedly. According to you, we gotta be clear.
Yeah, but I'm fucking right. I'd say.
Listen, everyone's calling out everyone right now, so we don't need the McElroys coming down on us.
You might be right. I hear they're quite litigious, so... So we'll continue to shit on Travis, at the very least.
Yeah. He's fair game.
Because this can become a bit chaotic controlling the 3 of them and trying to get them all to go in separate lanes and stuff. That's part of the challenge, isn't it? Goal. We met our friends down at this shopping store place. Oh, they're having electrical problems. I wonder what this could mean. People in chat saying that Sonic Heroes ripped us off for real. Yeah.
Hell yeah, Buster Group.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, actually, well, hold up. No, never mind. Not Buster Group.
Not quite. You don't need to time these out. That's why I was thinking it, is that you don't need to do these on the rhythm, as long as they're on screen. Which, you know, this is a fine way to cool down from some pretty tough gameplay. Samba. And these get more elaborate as the game goes on, obviously. We're still in the early goings of it. And I haven't beaten it yet. I've gotten pretty far in it, I think. But yeah, the visuals become wilder, you get more people added to your party, and... Yeah, there's an escalation here.
Are we going to add the 4th brother after this level?
I don't think there's a 4th brother. I think you pick up a random old man whose wife you insult, and you go to the beach to scope out hotties.
Danger.
I think if you get a perfect, they get mad at you. Is what I believe to be true here. Is that you need to deliberately sabotage yourself to not get cans and stuff thrown at you. But anyway, yeah, this goes on. I don't want to, again, just play through the whole game, especially because this seems to be a longer one, a more substantive one. But yeah, it's interesting, to say the least.
Yeah. How long to beat plays at about 35 hours.
No, I know that's not true. I know that site doesn't even have this game on it, probably. But yeah, so there's something to this. There's a style. They had some like house artists like put together like a cohesive like world here with characters that blend. So we're getting away from like the stylistic clashing element, but at the same time, you obviously saw some of the examples of the humor in this. Even if this doesn't translate to us, we can probably gather some stupid shit going down here. So these are some bona fide dumbasses we're playing as, and God bless them. And the soundtrack, again, is just like, mwah, delish. It goes through all variety of genres too, but they're all pretty like up tempo. Let's hear a little bit of this. I think we're following these kids to the zoo. But yeah, so I think if this looks interesting to you, play it. You know?
Oops. I think that first song was still the best so far.
Oh yeah, no, you're not gonna beat a ska song. But yeah, I could bang my head against this for a while. Maybe I'll actually get good at this game and beat it one of these days, and then I'll report back.
I like this if you just never push start.
Hey, there's warming up. They're getting their calisthenics in. That's enough oh no for now. Next game. I know we skipped ahead a few years between 1995 and 2000 there. And we're gonna skip ahead another 4 years now. Bakagē sort of falls off at a certain point. It falls out of the popular consciousness, if it ever was there. I'm sure like the Cho Aniki series is still going on in the background at this point. You know, Parodies, you could argue, is a game of this style. WarioWare, you could argue, is a game of this style. But at a certain point, people started expecting their games to be a bit more serious, a bit more coherent, a bit more structured. You know, barring like occasional exceptions. And
Sophisticated.
Not even that. There's like, you know, if you're into a comedy game,
High art.
A lot of people don't do comedy games. When they do, they're like often very not funny, for one thing, and for two, like they more like couch their jokes in the writing, and like, you know, like they try to be clever, you know, and no one just indulges in all that stupidity, it feels like. 2004 though gave us a gift. We got a little present. We got a little reminder that sometimes you just want to have fun, and sometimes you shouldn't take yourself too seriously, even if you're president of the United States. This is From Software's 2004 game for the original Xbox. It is called Metal Wolf Chaos.
I have wanted to play this for so long. I know there's the XD version that's out now. I own that. Never gotten it.
I have that on Steam. I'm playing the Xbox version though because I don't know. It seemed like a good idea at the time.
I remember hearing about this game like when it was new. This was like on the Something Awful forums, like folks on there discovered, and they were like, "Holy shit, you need to check this game out."
Verifying the target 1,300 feet below. Please complete boarding procedures before getting in.
Roger that. Have a ton of tickets. Let's party!
Mercifully, all the voice acting in this game is in English, because it deals with American politics and characters, and the President of the United States is the player character.
The most patriotic game in the world.
So much for sneaking in. They're already here to greet you.
Hello, Johnny boy! And goodbye! Nice landing.
You have some guests approaching at 2 o'clock. And you guests are coming too.
This is how the game starts. This is just the first cutscene.
I'll make you just like perforated cheese. Bingo!
Oh god, I wish these games would stop being so political.
Go.
No problem. You guys are roast chicken.
Great work, President. But you still have a delicious dessert coming.
Believe your justice.
If there's anything that could possibly penetrate my cold heart to feel any form of patriotism whatsoever, I think it's this game. Just if even for like a microsecond. It is this fictional world in this game.
I think that's fair.
By the end of the first quarter of the 21st century, freedom was dead in America.
Tell me about it.
Large-scale military coup d'etat that erupted in various cities throughout the nation. The rebels seized power in all the central institutions of government. The entire nation appeared to have fallen completely into the hands of
FromSoft should do more bullshit like this.
However,
like, don't get me wrong, I love what they've become
remain
in terms of their output, but come on.
being the U.S. president.
Do this. Do Ninja Blade again.
Goddamn right.
Wilson, the 47th president of the United States, equipped with a special mobile armored ops suit developed in secret by the military, boldly waged his own personal war alone.
The next president.
Back America's
Number
freedom.
47, yeah.
Is Michael Wilson running next year?
If he's not, he better get on it soon.
Get out my special ops suit, Jody.
It looks like a fancy party is about to start. This kind of party is a first for me. Mr. President?
Okay, let's party! Welcome to the White House.
This is
I need
what
to get
video
this
games were made for.
I need to get this fucking game. God, it's been on my wish list for ages. Can you believe this did not come out in America?
Not this version, the XD.
Yeah, not this version. Yeah.
I gotta remember how to actually attack in this.
Probably shoulder buttons, right?
I was in weapon select mode.
Okay.
I have to close out of that.
That's so awesome though. Like your weapon select is just here's all my weapons, and they just fold out from your shoulders.
There we go. Now we're using M4A1 and a shotgun, an M870. They just let you mow these dudes down. They can't even put a scratch on us. This is just indulging in, like, yeah, we're gonna toss some, like, actual enemies at you later, but for now, just kick back and enjoy yourself.
This is the how do you shoot the gun tutorial.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. President. Enter the underground base using this oversized back door here.
Let's see some of our other weapons. Sniper rifle. Oh, there's looks like a pistol, an M29.
Johnny back says, apparently FromSoft were afraid USA players would be offended by this. No, they wouldn't have.
No,
they
this
so would not. They would have been fist pumping the entire time.
But how are they supposed to know that, you know?
Yeah.
These are lowly foot soldiers. Even if they aim at you and fire, they're no match for your special heavy mobile armor.
Murder the shit out of them.
Gladly.
These are technically American soldiers, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
It's either rebels, though.
Yeah.
Alright, I like the pistol there, but it's just hard to use that when I could just use this M4 and mow them down so much more efficiently. But hey, they give you the option. I think there's, like, you know, you can do some amount of, like, stat building investment. You can develop your weapons.
Full Stuff says, I love this representation of what an otaku of Western stuff thinks the USA is. Like this in MGS.
I'll be back.
I missed the Easter egg?
Oh, you missed an Easter egg, apparently.
Direct me to it, Bag. I'm still here.
They're saying shoot the statue.
I think I can do that.
Did it have to be before the thing rose up, or you can do it now?
Looks like I might have missed it.
Michael.
I don't know if that line was it or not, but anyway, it gives people a reason to play this game for themselves, so...
Mr. President, the Eagle Star is beyond here. Get going before the enemy chases after you.
Hold up,
Proceed ahead while
that was part of it.
anything that
This.
stands in your way.
Ah, well.
Switching over your weapons depends
Well, I'm launching Steam right now to like bump this way the fuck up on my wish
on the
list.
weapons in your backpack as you like.
Oh, it's a statue of our dad, so shooting it would probably draw some comments from our character, I would imagine. I love, again, this lets you just blow up the scenery. It lets you blow up everything. One of the great joys in life. Like rolling into pots in Legend of Zelda, you know? Or like a Dark Souls, where... Oh, the spirit of your father comes out of the statue, it appears to be.
Ah, okay.
According to Bakagē. Good to know. If I ever actually play through the whole of this game, maybe I will.
This feels like potentially a CNC Stream Factory game.
Yeah, it might very well be.
Specifically, I think XD.
Yeah, just
you know?
so it's like we have actual English subtitles and interface and stuff, and, you know, maximize the quality. But it's good that this seems to run mostly. So if you can't necessarily afford a copy of Metal Wolf Chaos XD, you can obtain this.
It's $25, just FYI, like not on sale.
Hangar beyond this passageway. Now let's hurry. The aircraft hangar is behind the barrier. I'll open the barrier now. Please wait a moment.
Sniper rifle. What else do I got? Let's go back to pistols. I have a bunch of ammo for it, so why not, right?
Whoa, something quite dangerous awaits. But with missiles of that caliber, if you aim and fire, you should be able to easily shoot them down.
Shooting missiles out of the sky.
I know we said this earlier, but man, I want From to make something like this again.
Damn right. Why was an Armored Core 6 just more of this?
Like, yeah, Armored Core 6, the goddamn president. That's the subtitle instead of Fires of Rubicon.
To keep you waiting, Mr. President. The barrier has been opened.
What other guns do I have here? Yeah, just...
Oh, okay. Video Game King says, according to Wikipedia, most of the American humor in this game came from Microsoft, who worked closely from on this because they wanted to attract the Japanese player base for the Xbox.
That parses.
Air Force One's launch preparations will be complete soon. Well, looky here. More gas. Well, I guess they won't be voting for you next term. Mr.
Kill the shit out of them.
Be careful.
Attack up. Yeah, just wanton destruction. Playing around with politics. Do this like this
on
is
the one
Bakagē.
hand, I see why they would think, oh, Americans going to get offended by this. On the other hand, even with this, I don't think they would. I think just the veneer of you're the president in a mech blowing up the bad ones is enough for everyone to be like, fuck yeah.
You know, it's obviously not even like political at a certain point.
Yes.
You don't know what side of the aisle this guy falls on. This game isn't a game about passing policy or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just the other guys are bad. Whoever you like, you project onto this presidency.
And
How's that for a ticketless?
he's fighting for your right to not need a license to make toast in the damn toaster.
Your own damn toaster. And that's a change we can all get behind. A little going away present for him before I get into Air Force One. Oh my god, dudes keep getting in the way. Hold on. There we go. I had to do it. Alright, everyone get on board.
Just another day at the Oval Office, huh, Mr. President? Welcome to Air Force One.
I swear to God, when this is over, I'm firing you. You are a psychopath. What the fuck? rules.
Yeah.
Good riddance.
Like they were ever invited. They're definitely off your...
Michael!
Michael.
That's the vice president.
Mr. President, it looks like this party is just getting started.
This game is unhinged. I love it.
Yeah, no, it rules. From Soft, always ruled.
Can you go back and like wreck some more stuff?
Don't worry.
Break more monuments.
I think there's more opportunities as the game progresses. Okay, so you get new weapons. You can see like what your best categories are. You can work to up those, I suppose. Shortly after the president's escape, the White House was under the control of VP Richard Hawke, Pentagon, Congress. The VP is in control of all government agencies. Evil now exhausts America and rules over. Freedom is dead. What is true justice? This is a story of hope and glory. DNN, Peter McDonald.
Jody, update me as to the status of the nation.
The Pentagon, the United Nations, and all central government institutions have fallen into the hands of the Vice President.
Have they?
Mr. President, believe in your own justice.
Fuck laws. Believe in your own justice. I love how they're animated. How it's literally just their mouths.
Oh, how they're animated? You're calling this animation? Very generous of you.
I'm sure your father would have told you the same.
It's like their mouths and their cheeks, and that's it.
Jody, how's my schedule look for today?
You've got a conference and dinner party at the Japanese embassy regarding wildlife protection.
Oh yeah. Sorry, but I'll have to cancel that. I'm heading out to save America. Can you let them know I won't be able to make it?
Yes, Mr. President.
Like, look, you know, obviously this is playing with like patriotism and uber patriotism, but people writing this knew what they were doing. The Japanese developers who implemented this stuff, even if Microsoft was like giving them the notes and like some of the gags and whatnot, they're aware of what they're doing here. They're aware of how ridiculous the sheer scale and gratuitousness of all of this. And that's like the important thing with the Bakagē is that it is knowing, it is deliberate, these are funny people. They're funny people who can make games, people who are capable of developing, programming, all the hard work, but also like have senses of humor, as it turns out.
In a crisis situation. Since 2010, domestic terrorism problems have increased rapidly. Economic disputes originating from the exhaustion of fossil fuels and
I could keep playing this.
Yeah, easily, I'm sure.
Of large-scale immigration. Neither the current president nor the
I'm gonna skip the cutscene. I was gonna get to a little bit more gameplay.
Okay.
San Francisco, destroy all targets.
An army that occupies target areas that the enemy target area destroy this. Good luck.
Again, my advice is if you are watching this and you think it's interesting, play it.
There's the original on Xbox, which you can find at your local Walmart, and Metal Wolf Chaos XD, which is it's on Steam for sure. I believe it is on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. You know what? I'll look up exactly what it's on.
I upgraded my science, which gave me an improved version of my pistol, it looks like.
Okay, yeah, it's on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC.
See if you can figure out the super attack before you finish, Cass, says Johnny Baghead. Yeah, there's a way to, like, launch everything all at once, like you expand your wings. I don't remember how to do it. Special menu. How well you have fought for America. Enemy stats. Defeat them for freedom. Change the background music here.
What's the thing here? can't find the exact thing, but it's something about.
Mr. President, how's the skydiving?
Not too bad.
San Francisco, occupied by coup d'etat forces, will be the starting point of our counteroffensive. And here's the starting grid.
Okay.
Oof, audio.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't emulate perfectly.
Quite a gentlemanly landing, sir, befitting only of a U.S. president.
The gentleman in me goes off the clock at 5 p.m. And now I'm gonna take America back.
Okay, so you have some sort of meter that when it's like full and like
Yeah, that meter
glowing
in
or
the top
whatever,
right. Yeah.
yeah, you click in the left and right thumbsticks, and that's your super mode.
Copy. I'm assuming that this blowing shit up will help increase that meter. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah. Does it add to your chain bar when you do that?
Those annoying
Yep, should be good.
coming in swarms.
Bonus 1% funds.
Shotguns with a wide firing area or machine guns with a high rapid fire rate are effective here. Try out the weapons in your backpack as you like.
It's worth it to blow stuff up. We're getting bonus funds.
Yeah. You're like a third of the way there to your super.
Just gonna blow up this fish market or whatever.
I'm blowing up this fish market for America!
Oh, I can actually boost through these. You do have a boost button, by the way. This is what it looks like. Believe in my vandalism. Believe in my property
Listen,
destruction.
I said to believe in my justice, and this is what my justice looks like. I don't have to explain it. Please don't ask me to explain it.
I don't have an explanation for it.
Mr. President, POWs are being transported in that cage. Destroy the cage with light firearms and rescue the people inside.
You're asking a lot.
Yeah, lady, let's...
Considering our loadout. It seems like nothing's happening. Oh, never mind.
POWs you rescued. They were used to develop new weapons for the military.
Any second now. You know what might constitute as Bakagē?
President, now the
Metal Slug.
POW can be safely liberated.
You can make an argument for Metal Slug as Bakagē. It has a sense of humor about it. It doesn't take itself seriously.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue about that or anything.
We can't let them get away with using the symbol of this great American city.
So blow up that symbol of this great American city.
Don't mind if I do. Gotta get this meter up.
The yellow icons on your radar are designated targets in each area. Destroy each target and blow the area to oblivion. Reinforcements come from areas. When there are too many reinforcements, try attacking from another area. You could call it
Cool.
winning by retreating.
Winning by retreating.
You could call it that.
The target area has been destroyed. This has been a momentous first job.
So close to getting that, let's go this way.
Yeah, this game definitely had a reputation back in the day on the internet. Certain corners of it.
For being fucking
where people-
cool.
Yeah.
Real ones know. And towards these yellow targets. Oh, I think
A
I
lot
got
of
it.
what.
I'm not going to use it just yet. I'm going to wait for like a bunch of enemies.
But a lot of what I was saying, like, showing patriotism for this game and this game only.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to show for something, This is my president.
The target with the spinning antenna is the enemy's communications facility. From this facility,
Hey,
when
think we should fuck this
communications
up?
are made, large
Go for
numbers of reinforcements join the battle. This really is
God, destroying the audio.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, if you're gonna get
But
this,
you know what? That
aim
was an
for the Steam
appropriate time to
version.
do it.
Or, you know, if you have an Xbox lying around, I guess.
Yeah. If you have an Xbox and you can import this.
But yeah, that's a little bit of Metal Wolf Chaos. Oh, let's see what this is.
Whoa!
Ah, it's the Secretary of Commerce.
It's the state treasurer.
One Abrams tank. I never thought they would join the fight.
I guess this is a boss fight then.
Weapons like bazookas are effective against the tough tank armor.
Circle
Maybe
strafe
not,
the
because
shit
there's
out
two of them.
these. These might just be regular enemies at this point. This might just be the new rotation.
Yeah, I think that was just introducing you to a new enemy type. I feel like we could easily play this for a very long time, but
Yeah.
maybe we move on. I don't know how much more we got.
Yeah, we got 2 more.
Okay.
Timed self-destruct device is attached to the cage. The destruct device kicks into action when you draw close. For a fix, the time limit self-destruct device has been activated.
Uh-oh.
Hurry and destroy it.
I wonder where that device is. Oh, this?
On the cage, on the cage.
Mr. President, what are you up to? I thought I
Whoops.
told you to use light firearms to destroy it.
Uh-oh.
Listen, I believed in my justice, alright?
Yep.
My justice said rockets.
You had me panicking with that self-destruct button things.
Mr. President, there are 5 areas remaining. Destroy them one.
Alright, so yeah, I could play this all day, every day, but we have 2 more games to get to. So we'll say goodbye to Metal Wolf Chaos for now. Bye, Metal Wolf Chaos. We could play that on CNC Stream Factory.
Richard!
So we're going to fast forward another few years. Again, this is not an exhaustive look at Bakagē. I'm sure there was games between this one and the next one we're going to play. A 2009 release, but I wanted to move to the Wii. These last couple games I have are Wii games, Wii exclusives. And the first one I'm going to play goes by the name Muscle March. This is what the cover to it looks like.
Oh, I definitely know this one.
You can tell it's a return to some of the classic form here. This is developed by Namco Bandai Games, published by them as well. This is going to be interesting to emulate. I didn't get the Wii mode out for this. I didn't get the sensor bar out. I just mapped some inputs quick and dirty like to keyboard. So we'll figure it out. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. This is a WiiWare game. Video Game King saying that can't be official box art. Yeah, it was a WiiWare release. So it didn't have box art, period. It had an icon. That's what the icon was. There we go. That's a hell of a title screen, if I do say so myself. So, you know that game Hole in the Wall? You ever heard of that? Seen people play that? That's what this game is. Fun, quirky muscle action. All right. Endless Rush.
I believe this was the Giant Bomb video back in the day.
Wouldn't shock me. At a certain point, people would see this and be like, what is this? What is Muscle March? Let me make sure I didn't just crash my OBS. I tried to reduce the gain filter I had on this. And now it's acting funky. Well, that's good. I'm just gonna get to it then. We have some characters we can play as. But yeah, I mean, it's a cheerful polar bear. God bless him. Let's start with Warm-Up City. Why don't we? It's honestly kind of amazing that this actually got localized and released in America in any capacity. I mean, I'm glad it did. I'm just surprised is all. Yeah. Another music-driven game, which I always love to see. And they had a character standing in front of what looked like a cabinet playing this game in the intro. Oh, yeah. Please, I love a Police 911, a Police 24/7. Whatever you want to call it. Alright, it's all on me. Oh, they faked me out. He's just out for blood. Okay, this is the tricky part. Couldn't quite catch up. Gotta go through a few more of these. That's the trickiest one to try and figure out how to bind shaking. Okay. There we go. Got it. Thanks for the assist, guys. It's capoeira. This game can get genuinely tricky because you only have so much time to prepare. Yeah, I'm just using a keyboard because I figured out, you know, approximately how to bind stuff in a way that worked. Yeah, I should get this soundtrack. Nope, I see a banana. Last one left. That they're just eliminating the, Oh, shit. Oh, shit. The fake-outs are crazy. Oh, shit. That would be the ideal way. It's basically just up and down is all you really need to figure out. Pointing nunchuck and Wiimote either up or down. This reads very basic gyro readings rather than like any positional stuff. Oh, Sharky's voice is being suppressed. Fucking OBS, yeah, it dragged
Is
their
it?
volume meter all the way down. When I was having issues with the, with OBS, it somehow muted you, so I apologize for that. It couldn't have been for too long, hopefully.
Well, I don't remember what I was saying, so...
There's always something on these streams, I tell you what.
I think what I was saying was, it looks like this game is tough, and it would be super tough with actual Wii controls.
Yes, that sounds... I recall you saying that. Oh no, Brenda dropped out.
The fact that I was muted means that no one heard when I accidentally started talking while I was chewing food, so...
That's good,
maybe
at
it worked
least.
out.
We're all on our own. Shit. Oh, man. Yeah, that really picked up at a certain point. Try again with full stamina. That's okay. I think we got the idea of that one, hopefully. Let's see what a game over looks like in this. We're buff! Manly biceps. Again, I can't fully explain why Japan thinks that muscle men are just the funniest thing in the world, but, you know, I can't get particularly mad about it either.
Yeah, sorry, I choked on something.
Close out of that for now. Alright, we got
I think I muted myself shortly after I started choking, so...
You're all good.
Yeah.
The next and last game we're going to play tonight in this little showcase. Let's see here. Gotta get the cover art loaded for it. It's another WiiWare game. And this is another one that I think is very good. We don't have the means to fully experience it here. I'll recommend a stream by the Retro Pals who played through this and translated all the gags in it, because this game is Chindouchuu, Pole no Daibouken, also known as Pole's Big Adventure. This is a Sega NES-styled platformer for the WiiWare, and there's really no describing it. We're just gonna have to play it. And again, we're missing some of the big picture stuff, some of the pointed gags that will be a part of this, because it's never got an American release for a multitude of reasons. Let me make sure my controls are set back to a more reasonable style of control. Controller settings. Hey, Dolphin, let me see the controller settings. Can I say that Dolphin fucking sucks? I hate the Dolphin interface. I hate everything about Dolphin.
You're gonna have to excuse me if I don't talk for a little bit.
Okay. Charkie is gonna take care of something real quick there, and I will fill in with this. As soon as I'm figuring out the controller stuff right now. This should work. I should be able to plug my controller in and just get to where I need to get to. Probably need to lower the volume a little bit on this. There is a narrative here. It's not important. Let's just get into the adventure. Why don't we? There's Pole. It's Pole's big day out. Why are shoot and jump on the same button? That should not be the case. Fucking Dolphin. I think you need to play this with a Wiimote. I cannot get it to show just the controller screen.
Isn't that what McAfee was into, or was that Wales?
What?
Nothing. Anyway.
Give me a minute to figure this shit out. Please work. Please just work.
Alright, I think I've stopped choking.
Cool, now the buttons are wrong. I can't uncheck Sideways Re-Remote in Dolphin, because it's just not letting me interface with anything in Dolphin right now. You know, let me stop the current emulation, because clearly it won't let me do options and game at the same time. I'm just gonna have to figure out the options and hope they fucking work, because of this awful emulator. The only GameCube emulator that exists, it's your only option. Just like, you know, like for the longest time, Dreamcast's only option was Demo, which is the worst emulator on the history of humankind. Just the dog worst. I don't even remember what the inputs would be for this. Thought I had this configured too, so I'm really getting annoyed now with how inadequate Dolphin's interface is. You know, you think they would work on, like, you know, making, like, sensor bar stuff work, too, right? You think they could, like, maybe figure out a way to make a detect Wii motion that doesn't suck? Or maybe make, like, Wii speakers that actually work? Right, so it actually, like, properly, like, emulates the sound that should be coming out of the Wiimote. These are just things, these are free ideas I'm just giving to the people responsible for maintaining. You know, whether they want to use them or not, it's, you know, it's up to them.
Chad, I don't recommend Chex Mix cookies and cream bars, because they... if they get stuck in your throat, they make you choke.
That'll do it. This
okay, I'm here.
This had better work. This stupid thing had better work.
I'm back and I'm mostly aware. All right.
Very good. I'm glad you're okay, Charky.
Thank you. I might be coughing a little bit still, but I'm okay.
Okay, I accessed an options menu. I'm glad that exists. Now, if I don't shoot and jump at the same time, we're in business. Thank Christ.
Alright.
Alright, so this is Sega making an NES platformer for the Wii. You can tell that's maybe inspired by a couple different types of games.
Oh, you got that, Apple.
And this is sort of where Bakagē is and could be right now. This has, I know it's obviously not an indie game, you know, like Dave the Diver is, but,
right.
You know, it has that sort of charm. You could see this being like some, like, bedroom coder putting this together for a lark. Wanna? A rifle. Just showing the power-ups on offer. Soy sauce for invincibility.
Oh, soy sauce. Good thing you got that.
So that was just a tutorial. That doesn't really give you an idea of what the real game here is. Because yes, it's a platformer, but the platforming isn't really the be-all, end-all of this. This game is an excuse to tell jokes. And not necessarily video game jokes, though there are plenty of those. You will have to see what I mean in a minute, if you're unfamiliar with this. Are you familiar with this at all, Charky?
I've seen this before. I'm, like, vaguely familiar with it. I've not seen it at great length, but...
I've played through this before. So the big thing here is there are Japanese television, like, commentary style things that will occur throughout the game to explain the jokes. This is a big thing in Japanese comedy. So those TV panel shows where they get celebrities to comment on, like, YouTube clips or whatever else, whatever, like, B-roll footage they shoot, documentary stuff they shoot. There's a reason why they're so popular. And translating that into a video game is a genius idea. Johnny Baggett saying, if only we had, like, a reaction box in the corner. There's some guy just, like, commenting and just being, like, wide-eyed at every gag. Completely exasperated by everything happening.
Well, that's what VTubers are for.
Yeah. I could bring them out, but I would have to create a scene and template for it. And...
Okay, we are missing most of the jokes.
Well, these are all visual gags here anyway. You might be missing like the commentary. The commentary is just explaining,
That's what
just
I mean.
like.
Oh, I caught that one.
Like literally just saying, that's ramen. What's that doing there? Like that's basically what the extent of these commentaries are. Gotta maximize my points.
What's the neta down there?
I forget. Oh no, it's the amount of gags that you've experienced, maybe, or like something like that.
Well, let's see next time a joke happens.
Mushroom. Got too big.
Well, if that's what net is for, then I guess the game is saying that was not funny.
I thought it was pretty funny. So I guess that's not what neta is. Oh. That's just a genuine... The whole point is that there's...
Well, Video Game King says neta is Japanese for joke, so I guess that did not count as a joke.
There's some jokes that will just kill you, but this game is not, like, you know, particularly cruel about, like, lives and continues, I don't think. It's pretty generous of them all told. But, you know, avoid that mushroom this time, because it will just kill us.
That also was not a joke. I'm now really curious what makes the neta counter go up, because it is stuck at 16.
Yeah. And I blame Dolphin for that, too.
So the second stage was jokes. This third stage, all serious.
Definitely serious.
Oh, Jesus!
Forgot about that one. Yeah, there's a few bits in this game that are just extra gory for no good reason. These ones are tough to hit for some reason. I think there's a level with like a polar bear in this, where the more you like have to hit them, like the progressively like grodier they get. There we go. Thanks, dude. There we go. I could use that power up.
After I kill all these guys. Oh. We're just gonna kill this lion that's chained up in a cage.
Nah.
Or just leave it alone.
Yeah, it's in the cage. I mean, it can't do anything to us. There was no threat to us, so why would we do anything to it?
You're right.
Don't mind if I do.
Lost music again.
I think we actually have to fight this one, unfortunately. It's a proud creature. Got him.
Good job. Uh-oh.
That was just the mid-boss. Oh, damn it.
Slippery controls.
No, just very, very stiff, actually. Deliberately very weighty. Let's blitz through that. You know, this game is not meant to be, like, hard, like, actually difficult hard. It's trial and error. Oh, I think he can only run so far, maybe? Am I safe here? I think I might be.
Oh, wait, yep. Never mind.
Took care of that.
Man, we've gone a long time without any sort of jokes.
Oh, we rescued the princess. Surely they're not going to subvert this at all. Not like there was literally a Mario game that did the same joke. Oh no, we were tricked! It wasn't our girlfriend at all, it was the Minotaur-looking guy.
It would have been funny if he just turned back to her still and was like, oh no, sorry. Had something stuck in my throat. Anyway.
Let's skip through some of this dialogue and get to World 2. So it does change the setting at a certain point. Just jump across, I guess.
assume you can jump on them? Oh, well, okay.
Oh, Ned is 18 now, so we've found 2 jokes. So yeah, you know, I'm trying to think of stuff to say, but you know, it's just genuinely funny. Like these gags are funny. It's playing with the formats. Some of it gets
harkening back to that otter game we saw towards the
Utsurun
beginning.
Desu, yeah.
Oh well. Oh. Oh.
Literally Fist of the North Star sprite modification here. It looks like. Whoops. Took it for granted. Oh, Vega Baby says I might have seen the other jokes in an earlier playthrough. That's entirely possible.
Oh, okay.
So I might track him between playthroughs. I thought about putting Amagon on the list, which is a game like a... Damn, I'm bad. A game where you play as like a soldier who transforms into an ultra buff dude, but turning into the ultra buff dude actually is makes the game significantly harder, from what I remember.
I remember that game.
It also has jungle theme, and that's why I'm thinking about it right now. I think I may have fucked up. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the death on that because I broke the block I needed to jump on. So, you know, I'm not going to play through all of this right now either, but I do want to show this because, you know, it's genuinely like a game of craft. Like, you could play this as a legitimate platformer and enjoy it that way, but, you know, I am so bad at video games. This is a dire showcase. Let's see if it lets us pick up where we left off. Yeah, I think one of these would be, like, continue. One of these is options. Okay, yeah, here's what I unlocked. So clearly I've been through like the whole game here, and it shows.
Okay,
like...
there you
go. The game is playing itself right now. You can just see the gags in abstract. So the game is just doing demos right now of all the jokes that I've collected. Let's see. Next page is like, is there a way to paginate through this? Yeah,
There you go.
how many jokes are in the game? I guess it's not my
100
progress
jokes.
because there's only I've beaten this game before, so it should have
Oh.
everything. But let's see what the last one here was.
You had a very serious playthrough. That one.
But yeah, that's a fun feature there to collect these. It encourages replay in that you're going through it to try and spot all the gags. But yeah, I don't know. Pretty cool game. Pole's Big Adventure. That's all I'll show off of it for right now because I'm bad at video games, like I said. But again, Retro Pals have a playthrough of it where I believe they translate all the gags. I know there's also another like playthrough that just has like English subtitles for all the Japanese bits of commentary on it. So there's multiple ways to experience that game, but the best way is just to experience it for yourself. Even if there's a bit of a language barrier, you can still bang your head against most of this stuff. If you have like RetroArch and you can configure the OCR translation for it, so you can translate the occasional like bit of like menu text, I found that's a decent way to like brute force your way through some of these Japan only releases. But those are all the games I've got for this, really. Might wrap just a little bit early tonight, because I expected to have another game in the pocket that we could pull out. But that's alright. It's close enough to 3 hours, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, in conclusion.
Stupid game.
Damn right. And I do want to work to some sort of conclusion here. I do want to have some sort of like closing thought on this, which is that comedy in games, it can work. Contrary to so many games that are out there that try to blend them. Look at our parody games night for examples of games that try to be funny and fail miserably in the pursuit of that. But, I don't know. I think a big thing... I think a big part of it is playing with the conventions of genre in a way that isn't just like, man, aren't sewer levels bad? Well, here's a sewer level. There are ways to play with ideas of what players expect and things that players hate, like tropes in gaming that people might like dread, and to make an actual joke or subversion out of it. Or even beyond that, there are styles of comedy that play better than others. We're in the age where all movies like have like the same sense of humor, all like the Josh Whedon-esque dialogue, as people call it these days, and how that's absolutely polluted movies, and to a certain extent games. What was the name of that game? Forspoken, I think it is. One where you have like a talking gauntlet that, and your main character seems to say a lot of, well, that just happened type dialogue. I hear that game's actually okay. My girlfriend vouches for that game. But, that's obviously the humor isn't universal in that, or that it's... I just wouldn't think... I don't find it funny. Maybe a broader audience would, but I think there's a merit to a more... I don't want to say nuance, because Bakagē isn't really about nuance in a lot of cases. Yeah. It's about, like, celebrating stupidity. And there's a way to implement that. I think some of these games pulled it off tonight, if you're looking for examples. I think what Pole no Daibouken does is very funny. Utsurun Desu, I think, was a very early example of playing with, like, formats. Puli Rula, just, like, being a genuinely good and, like, very pretty-looking game, but also tossing just some hideous stuff your way, and that being the joke in that. And Takeshi no Chōsenjō, which I think is genuinely one of, like, not only, like, a very funny game, but also, like, a really important, like, very well-thought-out game. So the other part of this, I guess I want to say, is that you can focus on making a game funny, but it still has to play well. You can make a joke game, but if the game itself is just, like, completely half-assed and not fun to play, players are not going to stick around to experience the jokes. There has to be, like, something driving a player, like, that compels them to continue playing not just because they want to experience the jokes. You can have the best jokes in the world, but the gameplay sucks, you're not going to experience them. Most players won't be able to make it past that hurdle to the part where it gets funny. That's the point that I'm trying to make. And in these games, these Bakagē games, the ones we highlighted today, for the most part, I think they all pretty much understood that balancing act. And when you hit it, you can get some real magic out of it. How do you feel about comedy in games? How do you feel about how these games stack up against the likes of a Mad Hazard? Or what thoughts do you have on it, my friends?
Well, still out reminder because I was saying, well, it's no Mad Hazard.
Sorry, I killed your joke before it started.
I don't know. I think what's the best way to say this? I think sometimes you can just laugh at a butt.
Yeah,
I think that's the short of it. Is like, you know, sometimes just something you can like do all this like stuff. Like you can try to be real clever, but sometimes it's just something stupid is worth laughing at. Like we were playing Gemini Heroes Reborn. Like how much were we just laughing at? Like let's just put this dude under a fucking like industrial crusher or something and just see the physics go nuts.
Yeah.
Like dumb is funny.
Damn right. You can work forever to craft a joke, but sometimes the play the hits. Sometimes the simplest ones just cut to the core, cut through everything, and they just hit just right. And yeah, there will be more Bakagē in future. I'll find excuses to explore some of these games more thoroughly. Metal Wolf Chaos definitely stood out as one we could do a full CNC of. By the way, if people watching this didn't watch yesterday's stream, we debuted the CNC Stream Factory, which is our show where we get to play games that aren't necessarily bad. You can see us on screen in PNG tuber form. I highly encourage folk to check that out. We're really proud of it, and we're really happy with how it turned out, and we'll be continuing with that in future, as well as continuing the Bad Game Hall of Fame. Obviously, we will be back. The Bad Game Hall of Fame will ride again. Thank you, everybody. Hope it was fun. Hope it was funny. Hope y'all had a laugh. Bye!
What? We're gonna raid?
Oh, yeah, we should probably do that, huh? I always forget. Thank you for that. Listar's playing something. I like Listar. Listar is a good friend. I can't tell what, because Twitch does not have the tools to tell what people are playing, but if you like us, you'll like Listar. The good people, good goblin. That will do it. That is the note we will end on. So again,
now you can say it.
Again, I reiterate, bye!
Good night, everybody.